Hey, what's going on, guys? It is your good friend Matt. We are back again here today at the only place that we always can be. And as you already know, that is Matt's Wrestling Collectibles right here on YouTube. Today here, guys, we are back again with another episode of New Figure Pickups. This is episode 105 on the block here today. And we're going to start it off right away here because we do have a couple extra more than we normally do per episode. I always try to keep it around the same number, but got a few extras here today, so we're going to jump right into it. First things first, we got none other than Elite Legends Series 21 Jimmy Hart. And this one right here, been one that I've needed for quite some time now. I got to give a big shout out to a good friend of the channel, my buddy Tony. Tony helped me out with this one, helped me get this one into the collection as well as it being signed, which is awesome. And a great price on this. Big shout out to him. Big thank you to him for this. Finally getting this in the collection. This is the, WCW Hogan suit and everything there from Jimmy Hart. And I think this is just a great figure all the way around. Very excited again to add this one to the collection and to the Jimmy Hart collection, because now I think we've got something like 3 or 4 in the collection. Still working on a few others that I've missed out on or had missed out over the years that I wasn't collecting. So definitely happy to add this one in there, and like I said, autographed on top of it. So very cool. As you guys already know, I say it all the time, I do not really collect autographed figures or anything like that, but it's always a little plus when you can get one. And like I said, the price was phenomenal. I will leave a link to his MERCARI store in the description or the comments of this video. You can check out Tony over there. He's got some other stuff as well, so if you want to check out his MERCARI store. And again, a big shout out, big thank you to my buddy Tony. This is a great one, and I appreciate it getting this one in the collection finally. And well deserved too, because now it does go with the Hogan, because on top of it, I don't even have anything from the rest of that set. We still need, I think there's a Hogan in that set. It doesn't correspond with that Jimmy Hart, but a Hogan in that set. The Iron Sheik's in there. Can't remember the other person, but either way, you know what I mean? It's just awesome. You know what I mean? Awesome set all the way around. Definitely want to grab a couple others out of that one also. And while we're on the topic, I also still got to give another shout out to Tony, give another one here. He sent me this, as he knows I am a fan of Mr. Anderson, Mr. Kennedy, and of course, couldn't make it down to Michigan, and I know that they either just had it again or they're about to, but they do have this Marquette Mania, and I think it's cool. I think this is awesome. This was from May 4th of 2024. And very excited for this as well. A big thank you to him. He threw this in, and again, awesome 8x10 here, signed by Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Anderson, and very cool because he just recently won the JCW World Title this past week or the week before, and looking forward to that again, as that's on actually tonight as of the recording of this video. So one more big thank you and shout out to the man himself, Tony. Thank you again. Now we're going to jump into it. We're going to jump into the elites here, and starting off with the female talent, the women's talent here. We got one that has been eluding me for a little while. Finally in the collection, we've got Io Sky. And somewhere behind this Hogan back here, behind this From the Vault Hogan, I actually have her original elite as Io Shirai. And it had been some time since we got that elite. We did get another elite EO in between that one and this one. I can't remember what series that was. I want to say maybe around elite 105 or 108, somewhere in there. But I really do like this EO Sky. I think this is a great figure of her, and it's, very cool that it comes with that trash can. Very symbolic to the match, in which, of course, we've seen that move a couple of times now, her jumping blindly off of whether it's the cage or whatever it may be with that trash can overhead. Crazy move, and definitely a lot of guts, a lot of courage to do that. I mean, I have a hard enough time taking a jump off of a couple of feet, never mind however high that was, 15 feet in the air and not being able to see. Pretty crazy, but a great figure here all the way around. And again, it finally adds to Elite 122, as I had been trying to complete most of them. I grabbed a few off the rip, and it was definitely the wrong move. So now we finally get this in the collection and go to complete this series, as I don't know. Who do we got on the back here? The only one left that we need now is that Damian Priest. And the only reason why I'm actually even going to get that Damian Priest, as I do have his Ultimate, I do have another one of his Elites. I didn't really care for it all that much, but it does have the Terra Twins shirt. I like that a lot. I'm hoping that, we'll get something maybe with a Rhea Ripley down the road. of the same sort. I think that would be really cool. But so yeah, now once we get that Damian Priest, this whole set will be complete. And of course, a set of mainly people that we did need in the collection all the way around, aside from maybe the Austin. But very cool to get this. And again, happy to add this one. Don't know how many more EOs I'll need after this. Maybe one more if there's something really, really cool out there. But this one is definitely a good one for the collection. I urge you guys to go out and get this, or get it while you can if it is on Ringside right now. Of course, they're charging a little bit more up there. They're probably about 32, 4 somewhere in there. But again, instead of trying to search and find this, you're better off just buying them online. Sometimes the distribution methods, or how do I want to say, the distribution system just in general is so messed up. Sometimes we get an abundance of a figure that you think you'll never see. Other times there's just, the mainline elites. I don't even see most of them in the store. If anything, it's all empty pegs. So definitely want to go and get this EO if you can. Like I said, check out Ringside. They may still have that one up there. Moving on and continuing with female talent, the last one of this video, we've got none other than Elite 124. It is Lyra Valkyria. And I'll tell you what, this one, another great figure. I think they captured her fantastically with this. I love the teal blue there and the shine that it has. I think this was one of her first attires that she wore on the main roster, if I am correct. And a great figure all the way around. I think they captured her likeness, like I said, very, very well. And again, we also get the Women's Intercontinental title. I always feel bad for the person who does come with this belt first. Usually anytime we get a new belt with somebody, they don't have the side plates. It's just the WWE logo side plates. And of course, we do want to have one that is universal that we can put with anybody. But it would be really cool if we also had some Lyra side plates for this. But either way, a great figure. Still very happy to get this one as well. And again, I think we're just adding to completing this set, as we can spin this one around. And we do need a few from this. Actually, this Lyra, I think, is yes, it is the only one that we do have from this. Now, I don't plan on getting the J. I don't plan on getting the CM Punk, as much as I do collect both of them. A little lesser on the Jey Uso, but I do collect a lot of CM Punks, and I love getting all his attires. But that one, I think I am going to pass on. We definitely need the Chris Sabin, the Alex Shelley, Motor City Machine Guns. That's without a doubt, and I will get those once they are back in stock. And the Rey Mysterio, I think we're going to need that as well, too. I'm very much getting back into collecting, certain groups of people, or certain, individual stars. And I love getting the Rey Mysterios and all of the different attires. So hopefully we will see that one again soon. But again, here, Lyra Valkyria, Elite 124, a great figure. Definitely get this before it is sold out yet again. And I'll tell you also, too, guys, the other thing with these figures getting sold out and kind of having to pick and choose, I would say anytime that it is a first of a figure, or a first elite of a figure, or the first of a belt, or something like that, you're always going to want to jump on it, because there's so many people that are going to, of course, want to add that stuff to their collection. So sometimes it's worth just getting right in on the pre-orders, because I've seen pre-orders go to back orders go to back in stock, and then, before you know it, they're right back out of stock again. So definitely want to keep up with, staying on top of certain people, certain, like I said, certain attires, groups, stuff like that. I want to make sure that I'm always getting them as soon as possible. So we're going to start trying to do that a little bit more again, and maybe ordering, not every set, because not every elite set do I need every single figure. But, on the ones where it's majority or a little over half, I would like to just start doing it and making it a lot easier, kind of like we used to do before, and then sell off the, the few that we don't really want to keep, so on and so forth. But as we continue here, a little bit more of the same. Elite 121, we're going back to Gunther, and this Gunther here, very nice to see that we have him with the World Heavyweight title. He's got the World Heavyweight title side plates for Gunther, which is awesome, because we did get a Seth Rollins that came with the very standard WWE version, and we also got Seth Rollins with a version with his side plates as well. So now seeing this with Gunther and his side plates, I think that's great. I also think that this attire being so similar to his Ultimate, same thing kind of with the jacket, couple of little differences, but I really do like this figure a lot, and I didn't really care for his ultimate. So with this figure, at some point, I am going to customize it a little bit. We're going to probably take the arms from behind him back out in front, and we are going to display him with not only the world title, but I also have his IC title with the side plates on it. So we're going to display that with both of them. So that'll be really nice. Can't wait to do that. And Gunther, a great figure here. A lot of people, giving him the hate online right now, and he is performing as a true old school heel. I think he is fantastic in the role, and I can't wait to see where it goes. Am I looking forward to another long title reign? Maybe not so much, but I do see that possibly being in the future. Maybe he picks up something yet again. I guess we'll see what happens. But he has had the World Heavyweight title. Will we eventually see him capture the WWE Championship? That is to be seen. But Gunther here looking great. Can't wait to get that customization done to it, add that belt, and get that all, set up however it fits. And then hopefully down the road, we'll get another video up like we just did recently of some of my custom, figures or mashups or whatever. You guys really enjoyed that video. I had a lot of views on that one, and I do appreciate that. So we'll definitely get that one up again as well and put some new faces in it, some new figures that we have messed around with. So as we keep moving here, we are on, again, 121. It is Carmelo Hayes. And I'll tell you, this figure right here is the absolute pinnacle, in my opinion, of the Elite Collection. This figure is just what it says is what it is. Melo don't miss, and this one doesn't either. I mean, finally, we're seeing a little bit extra. We got the sunglasses, we got the chain, we got the t-shirt, a great attire all the way around. I am very, very happy to add this Carmelo to the collection. And also, now that we have this one, I'm thinking I got to take a look, see what's going on with the other one that I have there, his original Elite figure that it might even have been a first time in the line, I'm not sure. But his original Elite, I'm going to decide on whether we're going to keep that one. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not 100% sure. Got to take a good look at it and make a decision on whether they're both staying or if that other one is going. Obviously, this one is fantastic, and very excited again to add this one to the collection. This was another one that went MIA in this series here. And as we spin this around to the back, when this series was initially up and put up, I was able to get the Alba and the Obafemi, and everything else was gone. Literally, Austin sold out, Carmelo sold out, the Gunther sold out. I think the Punk may have sold out, but I'm not 100% on that one. He may have been available the whole time, but I was like, well, I can't wait any longer on just what was available at the time. So obviously went with the Alba, went with the Oba as well, and it was just crazy that, now obviously we have gotten the Austin Theory. He is up there, and now we've got the Carmelo and the Gunther. I don't know if I'm going to get that Punk. I'll have to check on that one, as well as the one that was in that other series also that I said I may pass on. So see if either of those are actually, having to be in the collection if I have a need for those attires. So I guess we'll see on those. But a great series here. I mean, I really got to say the past 5-6 Elite series, somewhere in there, I think they really have been doing great. They've been knocking it out of the park. I feel like they're a lot of hits, a lot of good ones, and I can't wait to see what's going on. I mean, even with I think it's Elite 125, I believe 125, 126, some really great figures in there as well. So can't wait to see those. Hopefully it will continue on this trajectory of just fantastic waves. I know that's not always the case, and it's wishful thinking, but we have been getting a lot of good ones, so hopefully that will continue as we move forward. Up next, we've got none other than the newest edition of Roman Reigns with his top picks and his new body style. This is that new look that they're giving him, the new body mold, and I do like this figure a lot. I'm going to take it out, get a good look at both the head scans at some point. I do believe these are also the new head scans with the fade, the tapered beard. I know My Damn Toys was talking about it for a while. Really looking forward to something like this. I think it's still not exactly up to par with what he is looking for, and of course, he's probably said the same thing, and I'm saying it here. We're always going to have little imperfections. I mean, to get something absolutely perfect, the price point would then become probably just unrealistic for most people, as we're already talking about $40 Ultimate Editions. So now if we were to go to a step further and have everything be, exactly to the T, what would we be paying to get these items in our hand? But this Roman looks good. I do like the new body. I'm going to definitely check that out and check out the gauntlets and everything in here, like I said, once we get a chance. He, like I said again, he has both new head sculpts. I don't think we've seen either of these prior. Very nice to see. Also, not that smiling head sculpt again. I felt like that was getting a little overplayed. We already have a figure with that on it, so trying to always keep things fresh and new. But this figure also does come as part of, in a way, a set, as even though they all do, but a part of a way it is a set, and by that I mean he does go with the CM Punk that also does come from the Survivor Series War Games that this is based on, and they have a special mold of like shaking hands. And I know that we did get a hand shaking mold with Macho Man and Hogan from the Mega Powers pack there from ringside way back. I don't know if it's exactly the same. I'd have to compare it, but I do believe that they must be somewhat similar. But this one is, directly correlates with that CM Punk. And as we spin this around to the back, OTC led the OTC led the OG Bloodline to victory against Solo Sikoa and the new Bloodline at Survivor Series War Games 2024. You can also see the CM Punk back there that does go with it, and like I said, that Punk going right alongside this Roman Reigns, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited for stuff like this, making collecting just even a little bit more fun, a little bit different. I do like what they're showing here, but it is a little weird too. I mean, you look at the back here, you look at Roman Reigns, and there's a perfect shot of his build. And I don't know. I don't know if this new sculpt is exactly what I like. I kind of feel like the other one did fit him in some ways better, maybe in some ways worse, and you could say that with this too. I think the formula still needs maybe a little bit of tweaking. I'd have to, like I said, get a really good look at this out of the package, and then maybe I can go from there. But as it sits, you can't have one without the other, and that's why next up on the list is the top picks, CM Punk. And of course, again, with that handshake hand, this is directly correlating to that Roman Reigns. And just again, a very cool figure. This one absolutely had to be in the collection. This black and red camo, you can't really see it on his trunks, but you can see it down there on the boots. And I mean, that is just, I love it. I love that look. This figure, as far as the attire, and I know it's very different, but it reminds me very much of the Toys R Us Build-A-Figure series that we got the Punk in quite some time ago. I believe it was a WrestleMania 27 was on the packaging. And a very cool figure all the way around. It had that camo print on the boots, on the tights, stuff like that. So I really think that it was a cool figure. And the attire, like I said, just in general, brings me back to that. That's what it reminds me of. So had to get this, had to put it in the collection. And because they were making this is why I also got the Roman. There was a part of me that was like, do I really need this Roman Reigns? I'm still even on the fence about it right now. I mean, depending on where it goes, you could do many things. You could keep the hands and put it with something else and custom this, custom that, whatever it may be. And like I said, we will open these at some point, maybe to do a video on them, see how the handshake aspect works, and do a little bit of customization, because obviously I do want to put the Punk head that's off this figure on it, and probably the one that's on it I'll put in the secondary slot or spot there. And as we spin this one around to the back, same thing. We got, CM Punk in the cage waiting at War Games, and very cool figure. And we read off the other one, so let's read off this one. With the promise of a favor from Paul Heyman, the voice of the voiceless, fought alongside the OG Bloodline in Survivor Series War Games 2024. And again, very much the same. You get the Roman Reigns on the bottom, and these go together like peanut butter and jelly. So anyway, guys, hey, you know what? You got to save the best for last, right? So what could that be? What is it in my opinion? Because of course you guys could leave a comment in this video, leave a comment below. Tell me what your favorite figure was. Which one would you have saved for last? Is it the same one as me? I guess we'll find out right now, because last but not least, we've got the John Cena Glasgow edition, and this is his most recent Elite figure. And again, another one that is in the Farewell Tour set or list of figures. I love this figure. I think it, other than the hat and that whole issue that's been talked about time and time again, and it does look a little messed up on him here, but I guess we'll have to see how it looks outside the package and have to check that out, see how we want to, redo this in there and maybe set it up a little bit differently, move some stuff around, the whole deal. But a great figure all in all, adding it again to the John Cena collection. We are going to keep it moving, and at the end of this year, maybe even somewhat into the beginning or midway through next year, as much as that is so far away, but it's so close. As we approach that time, that new year, that maybe a little bit after the new year, we're going to do a video on all the John Cenas, not just the ones that we've gotten from his farewell tour, but also the ones that we have already, the ones that we acquire in the meantime up until then. But this figure, so cool. I mean, again, John Cena, definitely my GOAT, my guy. Grew up on him. It was the dude. It was the man for me. You know, there's no doubt about it. Cena was the guy. And of course, I grew up through even watching wrestling. Like I said, you know, I started watching wrestling in 98 and 98, 99, really started watching it heavily. So I did get to see a lot of the great guys. You know, they all had their moment in the sun. I love The Rock. I love Stone Cold. I love all the big names that were already around, but Cena was my guy, my absolute driving force behind keeping me involved in wrestling for as long as I did. I mean, when a lot of those guys went away, Brock became one of my favorites. You know, and of course, over time, look at the men that came out of Evolution, Batista, Randy Orton, you know, definitely became favorites, but it's just always going to be one of those things where John Cena just, he's done a lot. He's done a lot more than just, you know, for wrestling, but he's done a lot just in the world of people giving back beyond their means. The Make-A-Wish Foundation, that whole ordeal, and him having the lead in Wishes. I mean, he is just incredible. The man is, from what I would like to say without ever knowing personally, this man just seems like he is, you know, the absolute peak of greatness when it comes to being a human being. And what else can we say? He's the GOAT. He is the GOAT for a reason. So, as always, pay your respects to the GOAT. Pay homage, pay tribute. John Cena here. Glasgow Elite. How cool is this? Top picks. Can't wait to get the Seth Rollins that's in this set as well. That will be coming very soon. And as always, guys, I appreciate each and every single one of you. If you were here for 104 previous episodes, I appreciate that oh so much. If this is your first time here today, well, I appreciate you also. And I would love it if you get over to the channel and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon if you want to see and hear from me every day. After that, you might want to hit your telephone line, call a doctor, because you may just want to seek help. Because if you want to hear and see from me every day, I don't know, might be something going on there. But aside from that, all jokes aside, guys, I appreciate each and every single one of you. It has been another episode of New Figure Pickups, episode 105, and we are on the drive to just keep it going. And before I let you guys go, one last little other thing, little cool little fact here from the channel. We did a figure count in the actual, you know, just my stuff, my personal stuff, not including anything that I have for sale, just my personal collection. We did a figure count the other day, and as of right now, as of this video with these figures here being entered, we now have 1,061 figures in this collection. 1,061 figures in this collection. How crazy is that? So stay tuned as we go for the next 1,061 to be added. But until then, guys, as always, stay safe, stay tuned, and I will see you all in the next video.